my name is Taryn, or VSG, Tearing It Up, and I am 34 years old. I started my VSG journey probably in April. I went to my doctor. She gave me a referral to go to a bariatric consult. I'm in a parking lot right now. I'm a home care nurse, and so I'm always going to be in my car probably. Maybe not, but it's likely. Oh. Okay, I didn't hit my earpiece, and I don't know if that's going to make a difference with the sound quality. So, okay, so I did not like the guy, but they ended up telling me that with my insurance I had to do a monitored diet for like 6 months. So I lost the insurance because my husband switched jobs. So I took off, or I started to see this doctor and was paying him cash while I was off, and got like 3 months under my belt. Lost 40 pounds. Then my highest weight, I guess I should say, was 278. When I started with that diet doctor, I was 274. I went down to 238, and then I had got on keto and I hated it. I was really constipated and stuff, so I stopped doing keto, and then I went back up to 245 in a week. Yeah, so now yesterday I went to, okay, I got insurance back. Yesterday I went to a new surgeon, and I was 242, and then I weighed myself this morning. I was 241. So yesterday I had like 8 and had clothes on and stuff, so whatever. Anyway, so I have insurance. Yay! I have HAP, so I live in Metro Detroit. I have to go to Henry Ford, Maine for my surgery. So Tuesday I went to a consult with like the way that they do it, you have to go to a consult with a nurse practitioner, and it's like a group informational meeting. And so I did that, and then I actually got to schedule my consult with the surgeon yesterday. So I got to meet my surgeon, and I really liked him. I can't pronounce his name yet, but once I can, I'll let you know. It starts with a K. So I know I gotta learn how to do that because everybody says that. But anyway, so I had to do blood work before I met with him. Well, he told me I'm severely anemic. My iron is 8, and normal range is like, oh God, I can't think right now. But my ferritin is only, no, that's 8. What was my iron? God, I don't know. But anyways, my iron was like super low. My ferritin, which the normal range for that is like 11 to 300, and mine was an 8. So he was really concerned about that. My hemoglobin was only 10, which at normal range for like my age girl is 12 to 15. God, I can't remember what my iron was. I want to say, God, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so it was way too low. Everything was way too low. So he's like, you can't have surgery until you get your iron up. I'm like, oh, thanks. So I went out and bought some Rite Aid brand iron, 65 milligrams. Gonna take them twice a day. And I'm gonna take them with vitamin C. I need to get my life together. Vitamin C, because vitamin C helps with the absorption of the iron. So I did that already today. I didn't do it yesterday though. And I also, because I don't know if you know about iron makes you constipated. So I bought a laxative, just Rite Aid brand because I'm cheap. If you look at the ingredients like on the back, I don't know if you guys can see them, but anyways, if you compare it to the name brand, 9 times out of 10, it's the same exact medication, so you're wasting your money buying the name. One thing that is not like that is NyQuil. I always put that out there because I know that one for sure. Like NyQuil and DayQuil, the store brand alternative is generally not the same. Everything else pretty much is. You just got to compare the ingredients. As long as they're the same, it doesn't matter. You're just paying extra for extra money. Anyway, so everything's moving kind of quickly now. I mean, I was on a 3-month hiatus because I didn't have insurance, but now that I have insurance, so their whole program, what you got to do, which I already did, is nurse practitioner meeting, did that. I had to do the surgery consult with the surgeon, did that. Next week I have an exercise and dietitian class, which I got to pay out of pocket for. I want to say one's like 25, one's like 75, but don't quote me, I don't know, I don't remember. But it's about $100. Anyway, whatever, I don't care. So I'm doing that Wednesday, and then Thursday I have to get approved by anesthesia because I have like past medical conditions. I had childhood epilepsy. I had seizures until I was like 18 months old, like 2 weeks old to 18 months old. Took medication till I was in 4th grade. I've never had another seizure, even when I had like preeclampsia and toxemia with my daughter, like, which, the big thing, like once you become eclamptic, you have a seizure. Anyway, I didn't have one. I haven't had any, and then, in 2015, I had an episode of SVT, which happened to happen at Henry Ford, Maine. I'm a paramedic too. So I was working EMS, and I was picking somebody up off the floor because I worked for Superior. So we had a contract with Henry Ford. Anyways, I was doing a hospital to somewhere transport. And all of a sudden, my heart started racing out of my chest. If you don't know, SVT is supraventricular tachycardia. It means your heart rate is way too fast. So I got really short of breath and sat down, called my partner out in the hall. He was in the room with the patient. I was like, dude, you got to feel my pulse. I think I'm going to die. And so he felt it, and he's like, holy crap, So he's like, sit on the stretcher, put me on the monitor. I was tacking out at like 270. So I'm like trying to bagel myself down, which like you pretend like you're pooping. It puts pressure on the vagus nerve and, decreases your pulse rate. It did not. So he like pushed me on the stretcher through the hospital. Comical. Hang on, somebody's pulling up next to me. Kid didn't want him to think I was crazy, which I guess I don't care, but whatever. So anyways, so he's like pushing me through the hospital, and he was kind of new, so I had to give him directions. It was, oh my God, like it could have been on YouTube. I'm like, turn here, turn there, turn there. So he takes me downstairs, and one of the ER docs is like, what are you guys doing? He's like, look at her pulse rate, He's like, oh my God, get her in the trauma bay. Took me in the trauma bay. Got me naked in front of all these people I work with. Started asking me these questions, and then they're like, is it okay that your partner's in here? And I'm like, well, you probably should have asked before you got me naked. Whatever. But it was my friend's husband. I don't really care. It was whatever, we're both medical people. Nobody cares. Anyways, so, and they like kept asking me like, did you take anything? Have you taken any narcotics? And I'm like, I promise I did not snort some coke before I came in your hospital. Like, I am not on anything. You can do a tax panel. Like, I have no reason to be an SVT. And they're like, oh, this, that. And I'm like, no, whatever. Anyways, so they like put an IV in, and the only place they could get it is my hand, which adenosine is what the treatment is. And, you're supposed to be closest to the heart, but unfortunately I have crap veins, and that's the only place they could get it. So I didn't even think it was going to work. They had like the pads on me in case they had to defibrillate me or cardiovert me or whatever, because what the adenosine does is it stops your heart. So there's a chance it won't start back up. So I was really freaking out, and the whole time it was like 260, 270, did not come down at all. I was like getting really short of breath, really tired. Like, I'm about to die, guys. Like, I need you to help me. So anyways, I looked over and I seen the adenosine coming, and I'm like, oh my God. And the doctor, one of the like residents or whatever, he's like, have you been through this before? I'm like, no, but I'm a paramedic. Like, I know what you're about to do to me. You're about to stop my heart. Anyway, she gave me the adenosine, and we held my hand up because it takes a minute, like it only has a 10-second half-life, which means you only get 10 seconds for the drug to work, or it's just wasted in your system. So anyways, it worked. Brought me down to about 150, and then I was able to vagal myself down at that point, and I got myself down to about 94. Anyways, it was completely idiopathic, which means there is absolutely no reason that it happened. I did a echo, I've done a 24-hour Holter monitor, I've done, oh, that guy's coming back. Okay, squirrel, sorry. I guess I don't care if he thinks I'm crazy, whatever. So anyways, I didn't even have to spend the night. I was like, if it happens again, I'll for sure call somebody. Like, I knew it happened. It is what it is. So I did all these follow-ups and it was just nothing. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But, because I have had these situations, the doctor or the surgeon was like, you know, I don't want to wait until the morning of surgery to have an anesthesia approve you and deny your surgery because of your past medical history. He's like, so just go over there, get checked out, make sure they're straight, you know, okay with you having the surgery. And I'm like, okay. So the other thing that I have to do is a psych consult, which I think everybody has to do. And the annoying part is I can't do it till the 16th of August. I'm like, I told the lady, I was like, every other thing that I have to do is going to be done by next week. I'm like, is there any way I can get on a bump list? And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, if somebody cancels, can you call me and be like, get over here, you know, and I'll come running. She's like, I guess. I'm like, do you have a bump list? She's like, no, you're the first person that's asked. I'm like, okay, can you get me on it? Whatever. Can you make one? So I'm going to be on the bump list. Then I have to go back in 2 weeks to get my labs drawn again and make sure that my hemoglobin and my iron and everything is up. And he said, if not, then I have to go see a hematologist and find out what is wrong with me that I am not absorbing iron. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So my husband cooked, he's like, I'll cook for you like last night. So he made me, like meatloaf and, you know, green vegetables like broccoli and asparagus. So that was nice. Like, we're gonna get this iron up. So anyways, once I get all that done, if my iron is up and everything, then I am going to have another appointment with my surgeon and get a surgery date. So I would like to believe I'm gonna get a surgery date in August. I don't know if my surgery would be in August, but I think by August something I should get a surgery date. I really hope. So everything seems to be going really good and really quick. I'm pretty excited about that. Anyways, yeah, they said that I have to take a month off. That's not going to happen. If I can drive, I can work. I'm a home care nurse, so I don't do anything physical. I'm not on my feet. As long as I can drive, I don't care. So I might take a week off. We'll see. But the good thing about my job is, like, I don't have to have any notice or anything. I either got to see my patients or find someone to see them. So I got a couple friends that I work with and stuff that will probably help cover for me. So that's really nice. So a little bit more about me. I said I am 34 years old. I am 5'2". My goal, I would like to be, I want to get down to 130 before surgery, and that's something the doctor wants too. He told me he wanted me to lose 10 pounds, and I said, okay, if I don't lose 10 pounds, am I gonna not get surgery? He was like, well, if you gain, you can't have surgery, but as long as you're in the process of losing, that's fine. So I just gotta not be an idiot. Anyway, so, and not that people who gain weight are an idiot, but whatever, you know, I gotta behave. So anyways, I want to get down to 130 before surgery because from watching YouTube and research and all that, people generally lose about 100 pounds if you try hard. Not everybody, whatever, but I want to get down to 120 after surgery. That way I can maintain between like 130, 140, because people usually